Please state your name.
I'm Suzuki.
Please state your position.
I'm a Greenpeace activist.
Please put your hand on your heart and your right hand up. Do you swear to tell the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I swear to tell the truth to the best of my knowledge.
Thank you. Council Australia may proceed with question.
What is your current occupation?
I am an activist for the Greenpeace organization,
And can you please elaborate on what Greenpeace is?
an international organization that works for environmental preservation of endangered species.
And why are you working for Greenpeace?
I see these injustices that are going on in my home country, and I believe that the public should see their taxpayer dollars and where they're going towards. The fact that these are being used towards the company's profit, not for the sake of research like the company wants to claim.
What called your attention to the whaling industry in Japan?
I was contacted by an informant who was involved in the whaling industry about the scientific research that was occurring on the boat.
How do you know that the informant is credible?
Though I cannot reveal the identity of the informant, he was interviewed by a secondary party who confirmed his legitimacy.
What did the informant inform you of?
A large-scale
Objection to any question.
Overruled.
A large-scale operation to smuggle whale meat cured in salt off the boats to sell on the mainland.
How did they manage to smuggle the whale meat on and off the boat?
They labeled the boxes with the names of workers on the boat and said that the contents were cardboard. The boxes were weighed substantially more than cardboard would, and the whale meat was covered by clothing.
You specific cured in salt. How is whale meat usually preserved?
Japanese law requires it to be frozen. However, the whale meat that I intercepted was cured in salt to create inusu, the whale bacon. This increases the value even more by curing it in salt.
Do you think that the whale smuggling was the idea of an individual or the corporation?
Objection to any question.
Sustained. Please rephrase your question, Council.
Do you think that the whale smuggling was the idea of an individual or the corporation?
Objection to any question.
Sustained. Please rephrase your question.
Oh, sorry. Is it believed that this type of whale smuggling was started by an individual or it was the corporation together starting it?
Objection calls for speculation.
Can you please rise and state objection?
Objection calls for speculation. The advocate of Australia is asking.
Please sit down, Council Chairman. Council Australia, please rephrase your question.
Who started the whale smuggling? Was it an individual or corporation?
Objection due to leading question.
Overruled. Council Australia is asking based on the facts. Council of Australia may proceed with questions.
Due to the large scale of the operation, we believe that there was over 90 boxes weighing about 20 kilograms each filled with whale meat. We must conclude that this was more than an actions of a few individuals. My informant called the operation an open secret. In my research opinion, this was organized by the company Koyuru Simpako.
What do you think should be done?
This operation is an obvious infraction of international law. Japan has hired this company through the ICR to whale for scientific research. Their exploitation of the rights reflects on the contrary. I believe that Japan should have the right to revoke, to give out special permits for whaling, as well as have the entire operation reviewed.
And do you believe that your sentence was justified?
Objection leading question.
Sustained. Please rephrase your question, Council Australia.
Do you think that the sentence that you took was right?
Objection leading question.
Sustained. Council Australia, please rephrase your questions.
Do you believe that the amount of time you spent in prison was right for what you did, what occurred?
I was held for 23 days in prison, and 25, and 23 of those were without a sentence. And like I've said before, the sentence was totally disproportionate and completely undeserved. We set out to reveal the truth about the government's whaling program, but instead have been punished, while those behind the misuse of public money walk free.
Thank you.
No further questions. Thank you. Councilor Japan, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes.
You may proceed.
Would the witness consider themselves knowledgeable on the topic of Greenpeace and their focuses? Oh, thank you. Would the witness consider themselves reliable and knowledgeable on the topic of Greenpeace and their focuses?
I am purely an activist, so I was tipped off by my informant, and I did what I was told to do, and as a result, I was arrested.
Could you please elaborate to what is meant by the statement, "I did what I was told to do"?
I was tipped off by my informant, where we were told that there would be a large amount of whale meat being shipped to random addresses by personnel on the boat, and I intercepted that and opened the box and did in fact find whale meat.
However, the witness previously stated that you were told to do this by your informant, yet you maintain that you cannot reveal this informant. Why is this informant trustworthy if they are able to direct a Greenpeace activist, yet will not come forward with their information?
I was told that the informant was legitimate.
No, it's not in order.
I was told that the informant was legitimate and that this was going to happen, and I acted on that.
Whom was it that told you that this informant was legit?
A second party.
Could you elaborate as to who the second party was?
I cannot at this time.
So you were informed by a second party that you should go to an unnamed informant for information on an alleged crime, and yet no information has been revealed about either the informant or the second party. Is this correct?
Due to the confidentiality of the informant, I think that is why his name has not been released.
How can this situation be so confidential if, as termed by the witness, it's an open secret?
Because I am an activist and that informant was not. I am willing to go to jail for what I believe, and yet this informant probably was not.
Is the witness aware of similar situations where Greenpeace has gone in accusing groups, organizations of committing crimes without proper legal backing or more reliable sources, such as this situation?
I did what I did, and although I guess it was not, the legality of it was not correct or what you claim, but it did show that there is commercial whaling going on as scientific research.
So just for clarification, the witness committed a crime to try and uncover information about a crime.
I intercepted. If you want to count that as a crime, then I guess you could.
Returning to an earlier question which the witness did not correctly answer, is the witness aware of other situations where Greenpeace has made accusations of a government organization without legitimate or widely known sources?
I am a Japanese citizen. I lived in Japan, and I do not, as far as to my knowledge, know of any other situations.
So the witness is willing to go to jail for an organization, is willing to commit crimes for an organization, but does not know information about said organization.
Objection.
Please listen to the objection.
Badgering the witness.
Sustained.
Withdrawn.
Councilor Japan.
The witness earlier stated that they are not aware of other situations. Given this, is the witness not aware of a situation in 1999 with the Shell organization where Greenpeace accused the organization of illegal toxic dumping, which later resulted in the laying off of thousands of employees and loss of millions of dollars, which later proved to be false.
I was not informed.
All right. Then, if the witness is not aware of this, how can the witness claim that Greenpeace is a reliable source of information, given that similar situations have occurred where Greenpeace has been completely wrong?
Like I said before, Greenpeace is an international organization that works for environmental conservation and preservation of endangered species, which the whales are part of.
Yet the witness is discounting the fact that Greenpeace was entirely wrong in the situation mentioned. Is the witness once again willing to trust an organization and work with an organization that is responsible for the laying off of thousands of employees and the loss of billions of dollars from a legitimate company that was not committing a crime?
I acted upon my injustices that I have seen within my own country, and I believe that those needed to be shed light upon, and the fact that I was then later arrested is my own duty, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice so that the public sees what they're actually paying for.
So is the witness aware of a similar situation in Greenland where Greenpeace went in accusing a natural gas company of committing crimes and illegal toxic dumping, later resulting in a similar situation to Shell where the company lost millions and had to lay off massive amounts of employees?
Like I said before, I am Japanese. I am an activist for Greenpeace, and I acted upon this case because it was relevant in my own country.
So, but the delegate did not answer the question. Was the delegate aware of said situation?
I was not aware.
So to clarify, the delegate was not I have to apologize. The witness was not aware of the situation where Greenpeace falsely accused Shell. The witness was not aware of a situation where Greenpeace falsely accused an organization affiliated with the government of Green. Is this correct?
Yes, it is. Am I allowed to point a clarification? Am I allowed to ask one question? I am only concerned what was going on in my homeland, Japan, and as far as Greenpeace, they were backing me up, and so I said yes because they were going to help this injustice see light. And as far as those other situations, I was not aware.
So, just for the sake of clarification, how can the advocates believe themselves to be a valid witness in this case, given that they were unaware of situations similar where Greenpeace falsely accused other companies? How can that witness sit here and testify to the council that they were part of a group that uncovered a crime when Greenpeace has conducted similar measures which proved to be false?
Well, in this case, it was true because we did find about 23 kilograms of whale meat within this package that was labeled as cardboard. And I'm not in any point of concern to delve into where Greenpeace is coming from, but I am purely there to investigate the whaling situation.
So for clarification, the witness does not seem to care about the status of other nations or the nationals of these nations.
Objection.
Please present the objection.
Ladies' question.
The overruled is not the overruled. When the advocates cross-examine the witness, leading questions are allowed. Counsel for Japan, you may proceed with question amendments.
So the witness, is the advocate correct in the statement? The witness only seems to concern themselves with the affairs of Japan. The witness is not concerned or has not bothered to look into other situations similar where Greenpeace has caused massive detriment to other people. Is this a correct statement?
I acted upon what I thought was right, which was showing that this company was in fact shipping out meat for commercial profit, and I had not done, I guess, my previous research, but I believe that I did what was right.
So the witness believes they are right in accusing an organization in conjunction with Greenpeace of committing a crime when the witness is now aware of two similar situations where Greenpeace turned out to be completely wrong. the witness is comfortable with this?
Like I said, going to jail is a lot worse than staying in the company that you worked for.
One final question. The witness has referenced their jail time on numerous occasions. Does the witness has also referenced their seeming need to assist the plight of the whales? How the witness has seemed more concerned with their own status compared to the lost jobs of thousands, the laying off of thousands, and even though they seem to be concerned with whales. Is this correct?
I am concerned with the whales more than my own safety, but the fact that the public prosecutions said that I did more wrong than the company in showing that they were stealing this meat, that is what I have a problem.
But would the witness say that there is a possibility that Greenpeace is incorrect in this instance as well, given that there are two similar situations where Greenpeace had it wrong, resulting in much detriment to others?
I worked for whaling. I do not know why Greenpeace's former actions are such a concern. But I think the fact that we did find 23 kilograms of whale meat is enough proof to say that this company is in fact doing commercial farming.
But for clarification's sake, the witness is okay with being part of a situation where it's accusing another group where Greenpeace has been incorrect twice before. The witness is fine with that.
I am only here to spread light on what is going in my home country, and therefore I'm showing what this company is doing by my actions, which were to intercept this package and give it to the public.
The witness has still not answered the question. Is the witness all right? Can the witness accept the fact that is aiding an organization that made similar claims twice before and were incorrect in both instances? Is the witness comfortable with this? I'm not asking about how the witness feels about their own country. Is the witness comfortable with this situation?
I am not that comfortable, but I believe that in this case Greenpeace is right, and therefore I acted.
So the witness believes that Greenpeace is right, even though it's been wrong about this twice before.
They're right in the situation of the whaling industry.
How the witness again has not answered the question. Does the witness believe that Greenpeace is right in this situation, even though it has been wrong twice before?
I've made mistakes, and maybe Greenpeace has also.
Thank you. No further questions at this time.
Thank you. Councilor Jada, would you like to examine your witness?
Yes.
You were contacted directly by the informant, is this correct?
Yes.
Is the witness aware that although Greenpeace may have made mistakes in the past, this does not affect your current situation and the situation in the future?
I agree with that situation.
No further questions? No further questions. Councilor Japan, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
In the witness's previous testimony, the witness seemed incredibly concerned about the people of Japan and informing them of where their money is going, their taxes are going. However, is it not true that almost half of the population of Japan doesn't even have a strong opinion about the fact that their money is going to whale research?
I think that they would have a strong opinion on the fact that their money is not going towards research, that it is in fact going towards commercial benefit or profit.
Whale meat is available in markets in Japan. Therefore, would it not be safe to assume that the population of Japan is aware that, to some degree, that whale meat from scientific research will be entering the market?
The kind of meat that they are shipping out is the inisu, the bacon, and it is exponentially more valuable than the meat that they sell on the market.
the witness did not answer the advocate's question. The advocate asked if it was safe to assume that the population of Japan would know that this whale meat was on the market as a result of the scientific research.
I think that the taxpayers do not, but it is an open secret.
However, to stress the point again, almost half of the population of Japan do not have a problem with the fact that part of their taxes are going towards the whale meat. Does the witness not believe that therefore this is not an issue that the witness should have gone to jail for?
This situation is that it is not being used properly in quote-unquote scientific research, that it is being used as profit for the company.
The witness also mentioned that the witness's actions were completely justified and that the witness was happy to go to jail as the witness uncovered 23 kilograms of whale meat on board this ship, which proved that Japan was carrying out commercial whaling. However, does the witness really believe that this one sole occasion where the witness discovered this whale meat, 23 kilograms, in comparison to the tons, the size of a whale, which is tons, the weight of a whale, 23 kilograms is not very big in comparison. Therefore, does the witness really believe that based on this sole occasion, this isolated situation, that you can really say that Japan is carrying out this large-scheme commercial whaling program?
We have seen that there are multiple boxes labeled as cardboard that are shipping out to these addresses, and in the case which I intercepted, there were over 90.
However, have there been other cases in which have there been multiple other cases in which Japan has been shipping this whale meat labeled as cardboard or in these cardboard boxes with misconstrued labels?
Most likely, I only intercepted that one package, but there have been numerous occasions that there have been boxes labeled with cardboard going to random addresses.
Could the witness elaborate on these other occasions? Possibly elaborate as to date when this occurred, in what area this occurred, and elaborate on the specifics as of what the witness is testifying to with very date.
I acted on what I did and my intervention with the package, and therefore I am not informed about when those other cases occurred. I know that there have been other cases.
The advocate is confused as the witness is claiming that that you as an activist, you only know about this one case. However, you are also claiming that there are other cases in which this occurred. Which one is it? As the advocate is slightly confused at the moment, because I would just like clarification. Does the delegate for a fact know of other cases in which this occurred? Yes or no?
I do, but I cannot verify them as
Which? Therefore, the witness says there are. However, you could not verify them with any details or any factual proof.
I have seen photographs of these boxes being shipped, and I do believe that they have been going on. To say that it was only a random event, I think is very, kind of strange. And the fact that we saw 90 boxes and there have been, multiple times that this has been seen, and that we in fact did get this whale meat.
Do you believe that photographs are the most reliable source for confirming that there were other cases in which this occurred?
I do not work in the mailing company, so my only source of information would be these photographs.
However, yes or no, do you believe that the photographs are a reliable source of information that these justices could base their opinions on?
The photographs that I have seen and that I have observed, I do think they are justified.
No further questions.
Counsel Estrella, would you like to examine your witness? No further questions. Okay. The witness will now entertain questions from the justices. We start from Justice on the right. We'll go Justice. Sorry. Justice Salma. Please rise. Do you have a question for the witness? The witness can entertain questions from justices. Justice, do you have a question? If you have a question, you can say no further question. No question. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? No, I have a question. Do you have a question? Yeah, Justice Jenkins, please rise and take the question. Please remember, justices, when you ask questions to witness, meetings, speculative, questions are not allowed. You may not also badger the witness, and may not corner the witness. You have to take a neutral stance and ask witness on the basis of clarification and information. Thank you. Justice Jenkins, please put the question.
What qualifications do you have in terms of whaling and ecology?
I am an activist for Greenpeace, so I am not that informed. But when we opened the boxes, we did know that that was in fact whale meat that we procured.
What clarification? I can just keep asking questions.
Tonight, you may sit down, Justice. Point of advisory replies now in order. The procedure about ICJ. So if you have more questions, you have to raise your hand again. You have a question.
Were you given any sort of permission to look into the content of the boxes?
I intercepted boxes and therefore from the mailing company. So no, I do not have permission.
Next, Justice.
How many boxes do you intercept?
Only one.
You have a question? Justice, when you ask a question, please raise your jacket. Proceed.
When was the interception case?
In 2002.
Justice,
How did you identify that the contents of the box you intercepted was whale meat, since you have no qualifications in whale?
We opened the boxes and did in fact find some meat, and we were confirmed by a third party that there was in fact this whale.
Justice, please rise and state your name and ask a question.
In one of the instances, the advocate for Japan said related to other incidences where Greenpeace had been wrong about certain things. Do you think that relates right now to this case?
No, I do not. I believe that Greenpeace is wholeheartedly correct in their accusations.
Any of this as a question? Justice, please rise and state your name and ask a question.
Monday, I just wanted to ask a question about the boxes that you found. How did you know to open that box? Were there other boxes, or was it just that single box?
We intercepted boxes, and we, based on the information from the informant, we knew to open them, and we did in fact find them.
Thank you. Next question. Justice Jenkins, you may have.
Who was the third party that said that the meat was delivered?
I do not know my partner. He was the one that got the information.
Justice Jenkins.
How aware would you say are the people of where their taxes are going in relation to the whale companies?
Well, due to the fact that the public prosecutions instead decided to accuse us of stealing instead of showing that this was in fact the whale meat that we procured. I believe that they have little to no understanding of what actually their taxpayers' dollars are going to.
Okay, just one last question. Justice Ruiz.
Now you stated that they wholeheartedly, witnesses that they wholeheartedly believe that Greenpeace is absolutely correct in all its accusations. But since the witness is only an activist and not informed, how does the witness receive their information and whether to act as for Greenpeace?
I believe that the whaling situation in Japan is very close to my heart, and therefore when I found out that this situation was going on, and I knew that there was an informant that told me of this, I acted upon it.
Thank you. Are there any further questions? Justice McCarran.
Do you think that because they did mention that half the population does know about where the kids are going to the markets and such things, would you say that if they knew more about the legalities resulting in how they gained the whale meat, do you think that it's an important thing for them to know about the Japanese population?
Justice, please be aware that you are refraining from using respect-related questions. So if you have another question,
do you think most of the Japanese population know about the legalities of having a whale meat?
Although the situation is an open secret, most of the population does not know.
thank you. Justice Jenkins.
Several times the witness said that witness said that they intercepted packages. Can you please elaborate on the term of intercept just for clarification?
Intercepts. I then went to the mailing system and took packages, although my address was not the prescribed address on the box.
Thank you. Next, are there any questions? Further questions? Justice Hendricks.
Could you please clarify by what you mean by open secret?
Most of the people on the ship that does the whaling research knows about it, but they do not speak about it.
Next, Justice Ruiz.
You don't need to answer to justice that they received information from a mailing company. How did the witness go about receiving this information? How did the witness go about obtaining this information?
My partner and I went to the mailing system and took the box.
Are there any further questions from Justice Jenkins?
Can you please tell us who your partner is?
My partner is Suzuki Sato.
Next, Justice Hendricks.
What are his qualifications?
He is also an activist like me. He has a little bit more of a scientific background.
Justice Ruiz.
The witness stated also in the answer to the justice that they simply went into the mailing system and took the box. So that the witness is stating that they committed an illegal action to possibly even cover an illegal action.
So Justice, please be aware that we're matching the witness. Please another question. I think Justice did not ask a question. Justice Hendricks, you may ask.
What do you mean by that your partner has a scientific background?
My partner and I worked together on the case. We were purely together for that purpose. I do not know that much about it.
Justice Knighton.
Is he also listed? Yes, he was.
Are there any further questions from justices? No further questions. Thank you, witness. You dismissed from the court.